after a performance like that. We had to do better. You look at the stats. They had 389 yards. We had 311. The running game, once again, we give up a big run play that really hurts us and really skews the rest of the stats. I would say a third down, just in general, we were 0 for on third down, and they were probably around 70% on third down. So, when you talk about extending plays, I mean, that's what it is. And then really defensively, not showing up in the red area. Those guys were 3 for 4 in the red area. And those are definitely, look, we've spent a lot of time on it. It's definitely an important part of the field, and we just didn't do it well enough. Again, turnovers. There were a couple balls on the ground. They got one. But again, I mean, it's what we put on film. So, at the end of the day, we are what we put on film. We are what our record is. Penalties, kind of get into that, again, kind of sets us back on some of these drives where we're really making headway during the series. I will say, look, today we won the coin toss. I thought the best thing to do for us was to put the offense out there. I thought it was an opportunity for us to go out there and start fast, which it was. Unfortunately, we walked away with no points on the missed field goal, but that was my thinking on that. What I told the guys in there, kind of the same thing I'm telling you. It's like we all got to take accountability, and what does that look like? Accountability is not really, the my bad. Or the accountability isn't coming in saying things like, oh, if we would have just did X, Y, and Z. Like we've been talking about that all year. Accountability is going out and correcting it, and that's about action. It's not about just sitting here saying, that's my fault, my fault. You have enough of those, and that's what you have out there on the field today. Fire away.
Jerod, coming off the bye, and then the first offensive series, you guys moving the ball, you get the holding penalty, second when you get the sack. How frustrating is it to see the same mistakes over and over?
It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating, and we're not a good enough football team to be able to go backwards and overcome, those long yardage situations as we've seen all season.
Any thoughts on going for it on 4th and 6 on that first drive?
Yeah, there were definitely thoughts on going for it on fourth down. We elected not to. So.
What was the explanation if they gave one to you on the hit on Kyler? It looks like he became a runner.
Yeah.
The smaller guy ducks down. Jennings kind of gets tied up with him.
Yeah, they just told me that even though he is a runner at that, they still have some of that protection as far as hits to the head. So they said Jennings hit him in the head, and they called it. Got to live with it.
In the first half, it seemed like the offensive play calling was a little conservative. Was that part of the game plan, or is that a result of some struggles?
No, not at all. I thought we were able to run the ball. I told these guys going into the game, like, we got to be able to run the ball for 4 quarters. But, at the same time, we got to get open. We got to catch the ball. We got to make the throws. We got to block the guys up front, and we got to run the ball. Like, those are fundamental things. And this is why I always go back to, like, the X's and O's are one thing, and we're all pretty competent as far as X's and O's are concerned. But going out there and executing a play, it takes a lot, and we just weren't able to do that on a consistent basis.
What did you see on the short yardage 2 plays that couldn't get the half yard, and did you have a conversation with Alex around 4th down there?
It was it was disappointing. I said this, I think probably the first week of the season. There comes a point in time as a football team where everyone in the stadium knows what the play is, and we just got to move bodies, and we weren't able to do that.
Do you think you're that kind of team, though, Jerod? Do you feel like you've shown that you can be that kind of team when everybody faces?
Look, we have some guys. We have guys in there that are physically tough, mentally tough, and my expectation for them is that we always can move bodies. Unfortunately, we didn't do that today.
Would you consider running Drake in that situation? That it's a short yardage situation, he can run.
You said it. I didn't.
You obviously talked about your running game, but then running for 163. What is it that you're seeing with the lack of run defense on your team?
Yeah, it's just the big run was the big run. I mean, we had people there to make the play. I don't know if you guys saw it that way. We had guys there to make the tackle. We just didn't come up with it. And this is why I continue to go back to this game is about fundamentals and tackling being the major one there.
Jerod, to Phil's question just now, you said it, I didn't. So was that Alex Van Pelt's decision not to run?
It's always my decision. I would say, look, the quarterback obviously has, good pair of legs and does a good job running the ball. We just chose not to do it there.
Why do you think that the offensive line played the way it did early, Jerod?
I got to watch the film. I would say, just from on the sideline and seeing the clips on the Jumbotron, we had a hard time, especially inside. The one sack on, I think it was on low, the defensive end got a good jump on that and ran the hump. So I thought inside, just from, once again, not watching the film, I thought inside we definitely let some leakage come through.
As your final question, you guys did defensively today. It looked like Christian had a good game, but otherwise, obviously, we're allowing a lot of yards.
Again, just not good enough. Thanks.
Locker room is open.
We'll start with Christian Gonzalez.
story for you guys. Again, how frustrating a day was today, how disappointing a day was today. Couldn't come up with a win.
Yeah, it hurts. I mean, we put in so much work. But I mean, it's obviously not enough. So I mean, it hurts, and it's the same thing I've said every week. I mean, we just got to get back to Boston and get to work again.
From an individual standpoint, you've always said you can only control what you can control. Calling a game felt like that was your best game of the year, and it felt like you did what you could for 4 quarters.
Do I feel like that was my best game?
Your personal best game of the year.
I mean, I ain't really worried about it. I mean, I want to win. So I mean, whatever the personal stats are, it is what it is. But I want to win. So.
Were you surprised they kept throwing to Harrison in your matchup against him? It seemed like you guys went toe-to-toe several times.
No, not surprised. I mean, he's a great receiver. I mean, that's their guy, so they're gonna go to him. And I told him after the game, you know, he's the truth. He got all the tools to be real good. So it was a fun matchup. I have fun, and maybe we'll see each other again.
How do you feel when you're challenged in the red zone like that on end zone throws?
I mean, I invite it. I mean, you know, that's what it is as a corner. You know, you you want them to throw your way. You know, you want to be able to make plays for the team. So just when they throw it, you know, try to make the plays that come your way.
With all that's going on, you know, you're an upbeat guy every week. How much does it wear on you, though, the fact that you guys are just, you know, coming up short?
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, but I mean, you know, we just got to work. I mean, it is what it is, and you know, there's just nothing more that we can do than work. I mean, nobody really cares. We just got to work harder. So get back in the building and correct this game and get ready for the Bills.
Christian, there was one play, looked like you got the ball out pretty late there in the end zone. Just can you take me through that play and what your technique is there?
Yeah, it was I think he ran like a fade from the slot. You know, I was a little out of phase, so you know you don't want to look back till you're in phase, and I didn't get back in phase, and at that point you just play through the hands, you play through the pocket, you know, punch through the ball, and you know they may catch it at first, but it's all the way to the ground, so you know you just keep fighting to the end of the ground.
How much has Coach Mike Pellegrino helped you here in year 2? You had great positioning today, but there are times you look back for the ball when you watch the league, they don't turn around some corners on an island, you get flagged for it. But how much you felt that helped you today, just looking back for that ball?
Oh yeah, for sure. Mike does a great job of getting all of us ready for the whole week. So, I mean, we work on it every day. It's one of our everyday drills. Like I said, you can be out of position, but you got to turn around and look for the ball. Or like you said, they're going to hit you with a flag. So, you know, we talk about just staying poised, don't panic. Never panic, just be poised. And, you know, if you're out of phase, play out of phase. If you're in his hip pocket, you can turn around and look for the ball. Appreciate y'all. Yep.
Drake, just from your perspective, it seemed, especially for the first 3 quarters, this might have been as frustrating a game for you. You seemed like you were kind of coming back, walking over a little bit, kind of collecting your thoughts, walking back. What was going through your mind in this one as far as trying to get the offense going and then eventually getting it going?
Yeah, frustrating. I think kind of same thing showing up. That's probably the most frustrating part. I think hurting ourselves, getting in long distances, and first and second down, and then not capitalizing when we get down in the red zone and the goal line, and kind of make it a 1-score game. So those things just keep showing up over and over, and we were addressing them. And the guys, I feel like we're focusing in during the week and practice, and you know we're practicing well. I feel like, and it's just not translating to the game. So we got to do something extra or do something different. And I think it's just frustrating because we're in these games, and I think you know we can win these games, but just kind of the ball's not rolling our way.
In the first half, 10 of 10, I think it was, but a lot of shorter passes. How much was that part of the game plan to get the ball out?
Yeah, we wanted to get the ball out, get the guys in our hands, and make them tackle us. I think that was our big game plan, and I think it's also tough for AVP because we really didn't get in a rhythm. You know, I think it's easier when you get in a rhythm to call some deeper stuff and kind of get that going, but we never even got a rhythm, and come out of the second half, we got down to the goal line and couldn't punch it in, and then based on that, we're kind of comeback mode, and that's when we could open it up. And they're playing simple coverages and just kind of playing, keep it in front. So it's a little easier to pick them apart. But really, in the beginning of the game, I think just got to get in the flow and find ways to move the ball and get points that first drive. God, I feel like it's 2 or 3 games where we get down there and we don't get points in the first drive, even though we're moving the ball. So it's tough.
You have 2 big ones at the end. One to KB down the sideline. You hit Hooper up the seam. How important is that moving forward next 3 weeks? You got some good teams coming up here, so they don't just squat on you. But
Yeah.
it seemed like you had 8 guys in the box early.
Exactly. I think that's one of the best things I do is see the ball, see it downfield and throwing it kind of intermediate. And I think we're doing that more and more. But like I said, we got to get in the flow of the game and kind of let those things open up. But we've got good players that are making plays, and another intermediate pass to Booty's just unfortunate. I try to kind of lean him away from the safety, and just stuff like that happens. So like I said, it really didn't go our way. But I think we got some promising stuff to build on. I think we were efficient in the passing game. We had some big time runs, and I think people can see it. Just got to stop having the same repeat errors.
What do you think did change for you guys in the fourth quarter there when you were able to knock the 2 scoring drives?
Just going tempo. I think they can't get in their stuff, and they're playing simple stuff because they have to get the call in fast. And I think we practice that all the time in practice. I think that's preacher of habit of going and moving the ball, whether it's 2 minutes at the end of practice or even just on the ball period we call it. So I think it's easy for me because I know the plays we're going to run. I know them throughout the week, and I feel good. I feel good about our guys and where they're going to be at.
Would you like to see more of that? Because it seems like you guys come out, run the football, holding call first series, second series, sack. I mean, it seems like you just kind of been making the same mistakes over and over. Would you like to maybe switch it up, get some tempo with the input of Alex and things like that?
Yeah, definitely think there's a place for it. I think Pete talks about getting in a tempo drive, every game, and I think there's time and place for it, and he knows that, and he likes us in tempo. So I think it's just find the right time for it. But I think our guys do a nice job, and it's a testament to them for what we do in practice and how well we are when we move the ball in tempo.
Drake, on the opening drive, there's a 3rd down through a screen to Pop. I wasn't sure if that was the play call in the huddle, if it was a check, or what did you see on that play?
Yeah, just trying to get out to Pop and have him make a play. I think we maybe would have liked to have that one back, but we're in field goal range. Want to stay in field goal range. That's the big thing of kind of learning experiences of in the Titans game. I took a sack, got us out of field goal range, and just trying to pick up some yards and kind of give Joey a shot to make the kick. But someone look back on film and see what I think.
Drake, when you guys won the coin toss, you elected to receive. You were going in that was going to be the approach if you won the toss. And to have a drive that starts promisingly stall out the way it did, how deflating is that?
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Jacoby about. Yes, you're definitely deflating. You want to get down there and put defense in a good spot, get some points on the board, and you get down there and stall out and getting a holding call, which you have to look back and see. I think it was a holding. I'm not sure what penalty it was, but just unfortunate things happen. Some more unfortunate things happened the whole game, really. They had basically a video game Madden-like touchdown in the corner of the end zone, the lineman falling on it. They had the interception that, the questionable call, but what the refs called it, so we got to live with it on the interception that we had. But at the end of the day, I don't think really any of that matters. I think we just got to execute on ourselves, execute better, and little things like that, and not let those things kind of just decide the game.
Drake, you're an upbeat and optimistic guy. Try, Nicole.
We'll take 2 final questions. 2 final questions.
Nicole, go.
On the 3rd and 1, the 4th and 1, you guys have gotten stuffed there a couple times this season. Would you feel comfortable sneaking it, and is that something that you might voice to Alex?
Yeah, that's a good point. It was a good quarterback sneaker in college. A big dude. I'm heavier than people think. So I think there's necessarily maybe a conversation for that, and I think it's tough, to stop, 6'5" dude, for 1 yard. So, but also at the same time, Mondre's pretty dang good at getting 1 yard as well. So just unfortunate that it happened, but definitely there's a time and place for it.
You're an upbeat, optimistic guy, each and every week. But how much does the losing, how much does it wear on you?
Yeah, it wears on you for sure. I think it's just frustrating. It's, a long flight back, and really can't do nothing else but just think about the game. Watch the game on your iPad, and think about ways I could maybe throughout the week I could talk to a guy that can make a difference in the game. Maybe hit the lineman here on one thing, or maybe the receivers here, or the running back Mondre, or these guys. Maybe tell them something extra throughout the week to maybe help shift things or make that play different. But really just think it's collective. It's collective effort, and those guys are keeping a good attitude. So really just hard on myself on things, and that's really just probably the attitude. So, thanks, Josh.
move the ball, especially early, and then holding penalty, and then second series, it's a sack. Just kind of things to keep giving you like stops when you guys doing so well offensively.
It's just like a repeat thing, every game, we'll move the ball and then we'll find somehow to, go backwards. And I feel like that's what's been hurting us, this whole year. We'll have a good drive and then we have something to take it back.
veteran receiver in the group. I mean, we get KB back, he's coming off the injury, makes a big catch today, but how much do you feel you can help impact these two young kids, these final last 3 weeks of the year here? Got Buffalo and Chargers coming up.
For me, I say stay on them more in practice. Push them to just so they can see their potential. They haven't been seeing the field as much, so they spirits could be down and things like that. I feel like it's our job to lift them up and give them that confidence. And when anybody on the field with confidence, they play good. So we got to just give them that confidence.
Last year.
Right. Facts. Yes, sir.
How would you describe the touchdown pass with Drake going out to the left?
Drake a ball player. That was a play. I thought he was finna keep running, and then I just moved into the spot, and I meant the little space that was open, and he just tossed it, and that was a good ball play by Drake.
When Mahomes made that throw, I mean, May
Yeah.
made that throw, were you ready for it, or was it like, kind of one of those things, okay, here he comes,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, I just when I moved into the space, I didn't know if he seen me or not. So man, when I seen the ball, and I'm like, okay, this, and then I was ready for it.
Off of Bob's question, when plays break down and he starts to break containment, Hunter has talked about this, staying alive, because you never know when the ball might be coming.
Right.
You feel like, now that we rep this more and more, you start to get sort of on the same page with him after a couple of weeks here.
Yeah, with Drake, you never know, he can run it or he could, So I mean, when he sprints out, I mean the defense have to respect it because he can use his feet too. So for us as receivers, either we see an open space and get open and he finds us, or we block.
Those are things that keep you going, though. Like, it seems like it might be easy to get frustrated with a 3-11 record, but then Drake makes a play like that, you guys get another touchdown and kind of kickstart yourselves.
Yeah, man, I just I could see we still working. I mean, for the next year, I mean, this year not over, but man, we got a young team, and it's like it'd be frustrating to how we can move that ball, and then we just go backwards. I mean, but when we move that ball in this tempo, we're different, and I feel like we're still trying to find ourselves, as a young team, and we trying to make something happen. But I feel like as we rebuild, it's gonna be good. Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Laundry Stevenson, will be the last.
Monty, kind of the same question for you guys on offense. How frustrating seems like over and over. Series, you're moving the ball, you're running the football while holding. Second series, you're moving the ball.
Yeah.
How frustrating is that early on, especially with this offense?
I mean, yeah, it's very frustrating, especially this point of the season. We think we're going to practice ironing and things out, but obviously we aren't. So I guess we just got to go back to the drawing boards and just hammer it harder.
Pretty good pass protection today by a couple of pickups. So guys coming 6 yards deep right off the fake.
Yeah.
How much you been working on that this year?
I've been working on it a lot, and you guys probably hear me say this all the time. I watch a lot of James White film, so just watching him and having him around me as a younger guy, helped me out a lot, and I think it's showing on tape this year.
Those are some of the things that you're trying to do here. The record's the record, but as you play these last 3 games, even just the little things that you can work on.
Oh yeah, of course. Just sharpening everything up. You're never gonna see me, hold my head or not go out there and give it 100%. So yeah, I'll be working on everything. All the little stuff I think I need to work on will be displayed these last couple games.
And how important is that to show the rookies, show the younger guys, to you guys as veterans, to keep grinding?
Yeah, it's huge. I think it's huge just in football and just in life, period. So just keep going and put your best foot forward up always.
When Antonio runs the way he did these last 2 games, how much does that help you keep you fresh when you can rotate you 2 guys in there?
It's good. Yeah, he been running that thing lately. So just getting him going. We already knew what he could do. So just putting it on tape and yeah, it helps me out a lot.
Last question for me is, how good do you think, when everything's going for you guys, when you finally get it, how good can this offense be? How dangerous can it be?
I mean, I think we could be very dangerous, but can't really just sit here and say that after we're losing games and not scoring in the red zone and doing our part. So I think if we were consistent and we did what we needed to do on every play, we would. The sky's the limit.
Feel like you can run the ball more? I mean, you get like a 10-yard run, 9-yard run, and then it seems like a little runner for God. I'm I'm not being critical of AVP. I'm just,
Yeah.
you know, you're the type of guy calling games for a couple of years. When you get the ball more, you really get going.
Yeah, of course. I think that dates back to when I started even playing football. You know, the more I get going, you know, the more I produce and things like that. Just like you said, nothing against AVP or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just get stronger as the game goes. The more carries I get, I think.
Fill the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. Yep.
Thank you. That's it. Okay, thank you, sir. Have a safe trip back.
Jackie, you want to do the live?